So within the media landscape, as you know, it's no surprise to anyone, programmatic has definitely acted as a means of making current processes and the outcomes that result from those processes more efficient. The downside of it has been that everyone, due to the nature of excitement about the potential impact that it could have for the business, kind of rushed into it head first without really thinking pragmatically about how the people that would be most impacted by it align with it, and then also the supporting processes that ultimately would make the adoption of it most successful. While there is a lot of power in programmatic, I think probably like the biggest lesson of the last few years is that brands have watched firsthand how important it is to really take a pause before they jump in head first and really think about what are they trying to achieve in the process of adopting it more, and how do they work with their partners to develop the most collaborative model that ultimately will make the initiative most successful. This space has continued to accelerate and people have begun to understand it better. Talent and value proposition number one has been challenged quite a bit, and brands have found increased opportunity to actually bring on people with that capacity. There's also been an increased appetite and recognition of the value that the data that stands behind programmatic presents to a business. So when you're sitting there as a VP of marketing and you understand now that there is hundreds and thousands of attributes tied to literally every ad you ever serve to an individual that represent who your consumer is and how you can use that to better understand them, that's a massive opportunity. The operational exercise of the people and process tied to achieving or even putting a dollar in market, you start to identify some really quick opportunities, but you also start to learn that a lot of these brands haven't really thought about things such as like velocity of getting a plan to market, number of days between briefing to creative development, and then also probably most importantly is the adaptation of like learning post-mortem of what's working and what's not. So what is great about programmatic is that it does present you with the amount of information and data required to help you react more quickly. But if you don't focus on what are you trying to achieve, what information is at your disposal to help you achieve it to begin with, and how quickly can you act upon that information, then unfortunately your agility as an organization will not improve over time. It will remain stagnant. Generally, when we think about working with brands and their agency partners, our feedback is really to get everyone's opinion of ultimately what would they like to be doing and where do they think they add value. When you get that feedback from all parties at the table, I think it presents the opportunity for a much more constructive discussion and helps elevate areas that you might not even have known that your agency partners or your technology partners had a capacity.